today's session, and you know very well that today's session is a debate session, and this debate session is called Maha Debate session, because in this debate session, what we are going to just see that as we have just told in each and every batch that this week is called you can say that confidence level, where I am going to check your confidence level, that how much you are confident, because if a person has confidence, then definitely he or she can fight anywhere. And you know very well that today's session is a debate session in which not only whatever you are going to speak, we are going to check your confidence level as well as the data with whom you are just coming in front of us. But before that, I would like to tell you one thing, that before starting this session, this is the first time where I am just going to start batch-wise speech competition. And in that batch-wise speech competition, every batch has got topic, means as per our schedule, and you can just check on my status that what is your topic, and with the help of that topic, you will have to just prepare yourself. And the total marks to pass a speech competition is 10. And after those who are just going to get 10 or below 10, or it will be depend upon the selection criteria, will be based on the highest mark. And from every batch there will be in every batch there will be you can say that one organizer also, and that organizer will be deputed from only advanced batch. This one student will be selected for one batch, second student will be selected for second batch for organizing, so that they can just improve their confidence level. So in a speech competition, there will be one organizer who will just organize competition from tomorrow, and time and schedule, each and everything has been shown on my status. One thing I must tell you that in 10 marks, as we all very well know that in 10 marks you will get 2 marks with the help of your eye contact, 2 marks you will get with the help of you can say that with the help of hand movement. Another thing is that if your voice is up to the mark, then definitely you will get 2 marks. After that, manner will give you 1 marks. And in spite of all things, that one thing is also very important, that these all things depend upon content. Because if your content is not up to the mark, then definitely you will not be able to get anything. So whatever you are going to speak, with the help of that, you would be able to just make your eye contact, as well as voice, and each and everything will be there. So please focus on your content as well as conclusion, because content will also give you 2 marks as well as conclusion will give you 2 marks. So I hope that you all will just prepare each and everything, and those who will get highest mark, they will be selected for speech. You can say that they will be selected for you can say that a prize. And I hope that you all will just participate from today, and you will just prove yourself. And this is very important, that life is full of competition, and if we just go with the competition, then definitely we just do better. And one thing I must tell you, that you don't have to take it easy, because all are very, you can say that good as well as in their field. So if you just work hard, if you get lots of data and with criteria, then definitely you can be the best. So I hope that you all will just play very well in this session. Let's forget each and everything. Now today's session is based on that which is better, which sector is better. Means most of the students are going for the government sector as well as private and business sector. And here you all have been divided into 3 parts, and one this portion is supporting what? Government sector. And if we talk about these businessmen are there, future businessmen are there, and they are just going to talk about businessman. In their eyes, business is one of the best. And if I talk about these persons are going to support private sector. I don't know that how are they going to speak, and how are you going to just make this debate session interesting. But one thing is very important, that please you all will just make a cordial environment, so that you all will just do better. And I hope that you all will just do well. And if I talk about the number of persons who are from business sector, they are much more. So I would like to say from business side, anyone can start. So without wasting time, let's start now. Anyone can start from business side. Who wants to start first? Anyone can start. Yes, let's start.
First of all, good morning everybody. I am Gunjan Krishnan and I am supporting the business sector. If we're talking about the sectors, then government sector, private sector and business, I think that they all are important. But basically, our thinking is that basically if we're talking about the Bihar and the Uttar Pradesh like country, we all states, we all wants to go in the government sector. There are some benefits of government sector is that it makes us secure. It means that we think that if we go in the government sector, our jobs become secure. Nobody can rejected to my post. And if I am not working properly, then also we can get a salary. That's why many of the persons wants to go in the government sector. But if we're talking about the private, if we're talking about the business sector, then I think that the business sector is the base of our country. Because if business sector is not a developing of the only one person, if you are in the government sector, definitely you can get profit. Only one family can get profit. But if you are in business, then it's not developing the only one person, but also it is also giving the jobs of the many persons. So we can say that the private sector is also dependent on the business sector, because business sectors is providing a lots of the job, as well as it is also providing a huge amount as a tax to our governments, and it also helps to the developments of our country. So I think that the business sector is more important in all of them.
Okay, now he has just given his opinion. Now, if you want to just put your opinion or cut his point, then you can just. Who wants to start?
Yeah, as you know, our country is mixed economy. Means here, government take action, or government just coordinate the relation between all the three sectors. But matter here is that in any country, take the example of India, only 2 or 3%, or even less than this, is in government sector, is in business sectors, because all of people will be just in business and they start doing business. Then who will work in that business? For any business sectors, to operate any business sector, they need a private person, and without private, it is difficult to imagine the proper working of that business sector. First, second, I want to say something on government sector. Right now, take the example of any developed country. There, the country is developed on, and they are even developing due to fact that they are private, due to presence of more private companies. Take the example of America. There are many companies: Facebook, Google, Microsoft, and you all know that most of the countries are there in America, and that company growth is directly growth of that country. So, if in particular country there will be more private company, private persons or private body working on any company or country, then private sectors. That's all.
Thank you. Next.
So,
Yes. Huh. Yes.
So, brother, we are discussing on the private service, not private sector. And if you are talking about the private sector, then private sector is definitely the part of the business. So you cannot say that the private sector is separate from the business sector, because private sector is the part of the business sector. So we are talking about not the sector, we are talking about the private service. The person who is sector, we are talking about the private service. The person who is working in the private organization. If a person is working in the government, in the private organization. If a person is working in the government organization, and a person is working as a businessman, so which is the better? So you have just spoken that the private, you have taken the name of the many country. Absolutely, the America, Britain, and the many of the countries you have taken the name. They are developing due to the privatization. But what is the meaning of privatization? Privatization means they all are depends on the business sector, and that's why they are developing. So same thing is happened. They are developing because due to the business. So we can say that the business sector is more important.
No, but without the help of private person, you can't even think about business, because how will you run business?
Brother, if you are talking these types of things, then definitely
No,
we
no,
all are
both
depend
are
on each other.
Both
We all are depend on each other. Then you cannot hide the government sector because the administration is under the government sector.
Even-
In that of the time, we can say that without the administration, we cannot do business and we cannot feel secure also. So administration is also controlled by the government sector. So we all are depend on each other. But if we talking about the development, if we what we comparing, the measurement of comparing in our country and the any country is that the economic part, then the which gives more income, and the how many peoples are depends on that sector and that thing. So you definitely the business sector.
Okay, think about the company.
Okay, after Subodh you will speak. Yes.
Think about the company. Suppose they are not, if you take the example of any company, suppose they are thinking about their personal development. Means, take the example of Amazon. Just he think that their personal turnout or particular, if he will ignore about the their workers. That is important for them. So company could collapse. So even business class people first think about the prosperous or development of that person who are working in, and be or for any country there are more than 99% population working in that business class. So business is at the top, and business should be there in all area. But to run that business, it is most important that the private person or public working in that field should be more prosperous by providing more incentive. So even business class people have to think more for the welfare of their worker, not the welfare of their company. But the company will be developed only when people and local income will be higher or make higher.
Okay, now Shivam, what is your opinion?
First of all, we are discussing on the topic that what should we select if we are educated and whatever we have read, whatever we have got the education, and now we have to select in which sector we should go. First of all, I am countering business sector because everyone has not that that amount of money so that they can start a better business. So we should not go with that. For government sector, I am saying that we should not go with that because in government sector, your talent is not that regarded. Whatever you should be respect should be given. I think private sector gives us more respect and condition and whatever we need. Just like if you are employee of private sector, then if you are talented, then they will provide you home, car, and many facilities as well. But if you are a government employee, they will not think over that. They are just going to go with their norms and rules and regulation, whatever they have made for their government sector. And private sector, I will never go with private sector, business sector, because business is just a risk. If you are a family man or that type of thing, then you can't go with business because it is just a risk. And if you are not a selfish kind of person, for being a businessman, you need to be a selfish kind of person. If you are not that kind of person, if you are a family man, then you will definitely think about your family. And if you are thinking about your family, you can't take risk that much. And for business, you have to take the highest peak level risk, and we can't go with that, I think.
Okay, now is there anyone new face? Yes, Puskar.
Some say that business is a selfish works and told that you have family man, then you don't take a risk. Do you think Adani Group is also businessman?
Speak loudly.
They have a family business. They are also taking a risk. Reliance is also taking a risk. Then how can you say that they have a family?
Let him speak.
They have a family. Then they are not taking a risk. They are also taking even not lots of businessmen. They are they are doing a work for earning a money, and they are also shifted for the betterment of society. That's like a Tata Group. Then how can you say that they are a selfish businessman? Tata is also providing lots of money for the for the development of society. Then how can you say that they are selfish businessmen? Lots of businessmen, even like Bill Gates. They are also providing lots of money for the African poor estates.
First of all, I am not saying about that. What they are just now we are you are saying that about the condition now, but when they have started, I am saying about if you have to start, and if you have to start a business, it's never been easy. If you have to take all the risks for your family, you have to forget everything to grow up your business. It's not that easy to start a business. If you are not giving your best, you are not forgetting your family, I don't think you are able to be a good business.
So the same formula is applied on private sector also.
Government sector.
No.
Same formula is applied. You are talking about the risk. Then you should also remember that no game is possible without risk. Risk is everywhere. You have spoken that risk is in business sector. Then what do you think that if you are not working properly in private sector, then what will be happen? Absolutely, you were thrown out from that place. So risk is everywhere. How can you say that without
It's not
risk?
that risk, it's just about your talent. How much you are talented, you will be regarded. If you are not talented, then after you can be fired. It's not
let him speak.
It's all about talent. If you are not talented, I think you should be fired. It's okay to be fired. And if you are not, if you are talented, you can do your own business after being a private employee, because they will give that much money by which you can start a better business.
Okay,
What
just
do you think that business without talent you can do business? So
Point is that whatever we are sitting here and we have to select which sector we should go with. And I think now if you are going with business sector, you have to you need a lot of money and you can't get it without risking your family. I think so. If you are taking loans or whatever you are if you want loan, then you are not risking your family.
How can you say that?
just a minute. Now what government side is saying? Yes, Utkarsh, yes. Let what government side is saying that. Utkarsh, speak.
Good morning, everyone.
Listen.
I am going to a government sector. Firstly, I called Mr. Gunjan. Mr. Gunjan told that those who work in a government sector, these kind of people are corrupted.
Let him
You told that. You told that.
you told me to the life.
Live.
He didn't say that.
Yes.
I can repeat to the life because I am not a student.
He didn't say that.
I can repeat to the life.
He didn't say
I
that.
can
He
repeat to the life.
hasn't told like that.
He didn't say that.
He didn't told like
Okay, Javed, what do you want to say?
There should be a personal view on that.
Javed, what do you want to say?
Respected sir, my dear.
Don't take personally.
And today is our Maha debate session. According to the previous three topics, government or private or business. And I am going to in favor of government sector. What is reason behind it? If I talk about business, business is not easy process because everyone cannot do business, and everyone can't go to private sector because what is reason behind it? If I want to be a good businessman, then we have to first of all we have to talented. We will have to talented. And if you want to a good position in the private sector, if you have to more education, if you have to more education. And if I talk about second thing, every sector is dependent on government sector. If I talk about business is also under the government sector. Also government is like handle the business. What is the earning of another businessman? It is also dependent on the government administration. If I talk about private sector is also dependent on the government sector.
Just you are just saying that every sector is dependent on government sector. How?
We should
In
select.
every sector, just listen. Just let me clear this. Just let me clarify. Every sector is dependent on government, not on government sector. Government is other body who is ruling any country. And you are just saying that every sector, whether private or business, dependent. This is take the example of railway employee. He is in government sector.
Don't talk.
He is serving for our country. It means not that I am private oriented person and depend on that. Yeah, we are dependent on government, government policy and rule education. Government policy and rule education other thing. Working in government sector is other thing. So, proceed.
Okay, Niranjan, what do you want to say?
You can say that the private sector is dependent on government.
And Gunjan Bhaiya says that private sector dependent on business, but government sector will never dependent on any sector. This is fact.
Later, hello.
If I talk about best career, so government
As per
sector
her knowledge,
provide
she is
you a best career, and government sector is better than of business and private sector because of the benefit they provide. Okay. Who told you?
Yeah.
Who told you? Who told you? And which type of benefit is going to be? Yes. Later. Hello. Let her speak. Yes.
Yeah.
Bonus and good salary and many more.
Sir, I want
Don't
to
you think everyone
Yeah,
good salary? They have a good salary. No, I
How can you say that? How can you say that?
One by one. Hello. If everyone will speak, nobody will be allowed to speak. Okay, listen. Rakhi, what do you want to say? पहले वो हैंड उठाइए आप नहीं भीड़ में जाइए यही होगा
some are supporting government, some are supporting private, and some
Come to the point.
I want to tell that everyone says they have a risk. So I want to tell that government or private or business, they have a risk. But government and private want degree, skill, talent, and much more thing. If you have degree, then you will go and you will have to wait for vacancy, then apply, then you will get job. If talk about of private, if you will get job, if you will not do properly work, they will not hire you and tell that you will not do work in my company. Okay, but they have no any reason then to do anything in a business. They never just find it. They just find your experience, the knowledge, whatever you have, and they if you have a degree, it's also good. But if you have a degree, if you have experience about of that thing, that product, and whatever is a good for your business, you will have to be an entrepreneur in your life. How can you handle a risk? So I want to tell that government and private is good, but not better than business, because business is better than government and private, and we can make ourselves very betterly because we have a own business, own boss, and we haven't to take appointment of any person. And in a private and government, they have a DIIT. It means there are lots of allowance. Then we will have to depend on that thing. We will have to depend on salary. But if we will talk about a business, we will have to take risk. If that our business will be run, then definitely we will earn more money. And we haven't to take permission and whatever I want. We will take permission to ourselves what we want. And they have take some flexibility hours, but it's give us a lots of profit and gain and losses. It's totally dependent up to you, and we will have to have it depend on that. If I will do work hard, then I will go other post.
Okay.
If I will do work hard, then I will go other.
Yes, Neha, what do you want to say?
Okay, you told that business is more important and more useful for other sectors like government and private. You start a business. That time, which person work in your business?
Firstly, I will work for my business. Then after, I will hire other person. No one will hire me.
Suddenly, that we suppose that your business is going to up to the roast time. You also are lost and done lots of people in his situation. That time, how can you help other persons?
I will handle it. It's a sign of entrepreneur. Then how will they handle? And firstly, government and private, other people will hire you, but in business, I will hire you other people.
But you told that government is not.
I am not aware it's a bad, but I am better than.
If class has retired, then the government has gold and held down in law situation. That's the employer who work in your business sector. Then your business not upcoming good in way and in a good way. That time your business is down and you flop your business and you cut off your business sector.
Again,
And then lots of people are working their business, then how can they manage in their life, and how can they provide their all problems and all provide factors in their family. That's time lots of people lost their life because this type of working in business. Because most of business are not upcoming good in nowadays, because lots of people are told that business is very good, business is very important. There's nowadays lots of people increase and started business, but not 100 of people started business, but 50% people started business. No, sorry.
Don't
50%
interrupt.
people are started business and he upcoming a good way. And 50% are lost business. He started business, but after 6 months, 5 months, 1 year, 10 years, their business are pulled down.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Dheeraj. Just a minute. Dheeraj. After Dheeraj, everyone should speak. Parmayu will speak then. Yes.
First of all, I want to say that she said about that there is a large failure in business sector. So first of all, I want to clear that in every sector there is a failure, and private person also in private.
Let her. Don't interrupt.
Failure is a part of success. Okay, and the second thing is that Shivam and Subodh said that private person are the backbone of business sector, because to run a business, private person is needed. So, what about if all the business in the country close their operation for 1 month? Then where does private person go? Because their livelihood is due to that business. So it shows that private person depend on business sector, and we all know that only a few percentage of people employed in government sector, because in any country government cannot give 100% employment in government sector. So we have to go to the private sector or business sector. And business, we all know that business sector runs the economy. Why? Because majority of persons employed in business, like in Tata's company, in Birla's company, Mahindra's company, and Ambani's, Adani's company. So even when the budget is prepared by the government, all the major businessmen in the country are invited to discuss on the topic that how we can improve our budget and our country. So business sector is the major sector. And the one person said that risks that in the business sector there is a risk. So I want to say that risk is in every field. In government job there is also a risk, and even in life there is a risk. I am here today, but no one knows that where we are
Tomorrow.
Okay, so there is a risk in every sector, and if a person, anyone who told about talent, so talent is needed in every sector. Okay, but if you see about the top richest person in the world, then majority of them even don't have a graduate degree. So, if you know about that.
Yes.
So but they hire talented people. Okay, and if we talk about the employment, so nowadays artificial intelligence takes place. So if I want to run a business, instead of private person, we can hire artificial intelligence like robots and many more advanced technology. So easily say that business sector runs economy, because whatever in any country there are majority of person who are financially educated and who are capable to move their money, then they are developed country. But in India, majority of person still focus on government job. They are trying for their if the higher age for government job is 33, then they are trying for government job for 33 years. They don't think about that apart from preparing for government examination, we should try any business, we should work on any, because no business and no work is small.
I think in my views, every work is because every work gives employment, livelihood to their family.
Okay, now Parmayu, what do you want to say?
Okay, and good morning to all of you. As you said that, I am totally agree with you. But as she said to us that if anybody wants to be a government employee, it should be talented. And as previously said that in any sector, people should be talented. And suppose that there is a person who is very talented and very educated, but that people has no any money balance to run a business. So in that case, that person what should do? What should he do?
So firstly, no, everyone will go to establish their own business. It cannot be possible. Okay. Okay. Who is able, who want to do for better in the business, they will do. I am not able to take private. You cannot able to take business. Depend on ability than what we want. Okay. If you have a degree, you cannot get any job. Then.
Firstly, let me clear what the private oriented people have to do. Even daily based worker is in private sector. So all are saying that in private sector there is need of degree. So I don't think so. If you have to earn much more money in private sector, then in that case you need degree. But according to your degree, according to your talent, everybody is born with a special talent. On the basis of that, you will easily get employed in public sector, private sectors. So anybody who want to do jobs, I will just make them hire by somebody, even a Rajmistri, even in road construction. That all working in a private. So be clear that in private there is no need of degree in most cases. Firstly, second is that Dheeraj is saying that what Dheeraj was saying that be the people means private oriented person is depend on business or entrepreneur. But it is not so. Take the example ancient time of we can even survive without doing business or without working in government sector.
Okay, Amisa, what do you want to say?
I want to cut all the points of government and private sector.
Yes, carry on.
Because we all know business sector is much better than government and private sector, because we all see the examples of many people who is just doing the business and he is just famous and he have more much money that he can do everything in his life, whatever they want they can achieve. And if I talk about dependent, if we are doing government and private sector, we have to dependent on senior and HR or any other. And if we are doing business, and that time we are the owner of our own company. That is the thing. If we want to be dependent, that time we should have to just choose the business sector. That's all.
Okay, Divyansu.
Good morning. Firstly, I want to say that every person says that there is a risk in starting a business. For my, according to my experiences or whatever I learned, is that there is no risk if you have a skill. You can start a business with zero amount and you can sell your service. This is also a business. You can make your own company with the help of this. Like a person is getting a private job, he has their own expenses and he cannot start a business from saving money from that money. It takes a lot of years, many years to start a business for him, to collect that money for to start a business. This means there is a great risk in private sector for his whole life, that you are putting your whole life on that business, on the service of that company. This is what. And for government sector, the government is paying officers or the persons that the industries, by the companies that are run in our country, or where somewhere anywhere the highest amount of tax is paid by the companies, industries, persons started. And if I talk about not about technology, you can start your own business by starting a shop where you don't need any private person to run your shop. You can only by yourself you can run your business.
So we talk about the high level, then
Yes.
How can you start your own startup, your own business by the children?
I have the skill of developing a website, and now I can upload it on any I can sell my services as a freelancer, and but with the help of this I can make my own company. That this is my company in which my person in which I am making websites for to help companies, for to help individual that we want, and there is no need of any amount to start that business. This is.
Okay, Shivam.
First of all, I want to clarify one thing. There is a very minute difference between business sector and private sector. In private sector also you can take decisions. You are allowed to take decisions. You are allowed to develop your company. You are allowed to do so. But there is certain criteria. You have to live with certain criteria. And the point is that I am just pointing out the point that is you are not taking actual risk. This is the benefit of being a part of private sector. If you are taking risk at this level, then I don't think it's a secure type of thing. If you are thinking about your family, and if you are a family type of person and you are thinking about others, then you can't go with business. It's better to take decisions decisions under certain criteria. And if you are saying that we are upmost level, we can take decisions, I think it's just a fake respect we want. Because there is a fascinating type of stories of businessmen. That's why we are just thinking that this is the best way to. But whoever is doing business, just go and ask what are the problems they are facing. What are the problems are faced by their family. Every family has to face for that. Whatever a person is doing business, he is just thinking about himself. He is not focusing about his family. If you think over that, then he has to go with private sector and he has to work for that. You are saying that you can develop your business doing as a freelancer. Again, you are doing like a private job. It's also a job. You have to.
No, I said
criteria. I have also done a job as a freelancer. There also you have certain criteria that you have to do some targets, and you have to give. If you are a subject matter expert, then you have to submit 20 to 25 questions per day. Then it's also a type of job. For getting that money, you should go with private sector firstly. Then after you can go with business. It's okay to go with. But for the fake respect, for the fake type of praise like thing, we can't go into that because we have to think. We are medium class family, and we have to think for the family first.
Okay.
So I want to speak something when you said that when I am working like a freelancer, I have to follow certain terms and conditions. I made my own website. I made that website where this is my website. I am working on this website. There is my rules and regulations that on which I am going to work. No one said that you have to work on this. Like you are thinking like I am going to work on Upwork. Like there is a platform where I am going to Upwork. I have to follow his terms and conditions. No, I am not going to do that. I made my own website. I made my own app. I made my own service. Means I made my own website, and I upload my works or anything on that website. There is only my rules and regulations that I have to follow. No one is going to say me that do like this or this.
Okay, Amisa, what would you like to add? Just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
Who actually freelancer? You know it well.
Yeah.
The person
Means
who are
I
working,
accept it where
they are not
use
fixed at the
the
time.
wrong word. Means
They are freelancers. But they have to work for the company. They are not going to allow everything take decision by their own. Freelancers are independent by time, not the rules. They have to follow those rules.
Like I made my own website. I am providing service to another person. This is also a freelance job.
Yeah, this is.
I made my company, and at that time I am a person. I am a person who is working in that company. Like my company, I am working in that company, and I provide a service to a person. This is also freelancing.
Okay, but you are going with that company, then you have to.
I made my own company, and I am working according to my company.
You made your own company, then after you are not a freelancer. They are freelancer are those who are what you can say, who are independent of time. They can work anytime for the company. They are independent of in any tenure that you will get that money at that time. These are called freelancers, but they have to follow the rules of the company. If they are working for the company, then they have to follow. And if they are following, then they are private employees. Just it.
I made my own website and I have
Okay.
How can you say that he is the part of private sector? He is making his own product and selling to someone. This is business. How can you say that he is the part of a private sector? If I am doing business with, if one company is doing business with another company, then this is called business. This is not called a private job or private service.
I am just clarifying what freelancer actually are. I am saying that
He is doing freelancer as a business.
Yeah.
He is doing freelancer as a business. That's it. Someone is selling.
Again, you are saying that you are selling the website.
Yes. He is doing his business. He is just selling his service.
I think you would be good at that. You are a good website designer. You must be. Then how much percentage of the person?
You are talking about freelancer or you are talking about business or whatever. I think that you are out of track now. Yes, what would you like to say? What would you like to say?
Because we all know that about leg pulling. If we are doing in government sector and private sector, our senior wants to just they are leg pulling and they want to see us down and down. If we want to complies our business, but that time our seniors we should have to take permission to our seniors.
Leg pulling is very good. You don't know. Leg pulling is the way by which we can enhance ourselves. If somebody is not going to pull your leg, then definitely you can't do better. Next. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Yes.
Every service have their pros and cons. Okay? We cannot say like this. Okay, if private and government do hard work and they do day and night, they will work. Their salary will be there and they will take some incentive. But if we will do our business and we will do more, everyone is doing hard work day and night. They never think. So we will get more. We will earn more money. And we will take decision and we will just think that we will earn more money and we cannot imagine how they will be get their successful life. That's why view of money is like a million and whatever. So that's why, but who is doing job in the government and private, they are less salary and if they are doing something, they will get incentive and they are living on that place and they will not get much more success. But we can get success in business.
Yes.
All people have said that private job are based and some people say that business is based. And I think that whose person has business side and the private side, in both are chasing also about the government job because
Trying to be a government. But they supported private.
Yes. Listen.
Because the government job have a patience and passion. Because if a person not have patience and passion, if a person has tried to 1 and 2 attempts and then goes on private job and another goes to business. Because the government job demands a passion and patience. And any person not have that type of quality.
I want
Without
to tell.
passion, you cannot do business because business demands a huge amount of patience. Without patience, how can you go in the business sector? So business sector also demands patience. But the thing is that in the
Why are both are chasing about all
but in the government sector, you can just
But why then you
Listen. Let him.
why you are trying to be a government sector? Then why you are sir, I am not interested, sir. I am complete, sir. No, sir, I am complete. Let me, I am complete.
Just don't go with the past.
No. Let me complete, Mr. Gupta. Let me complete.
Let him. Listen.
You choose business sector. Then why you are chasing government sector? Why?
you have spoken that I am just chasing.
No. You are chasing. You are always chasing. You are always chasing government sector. This boy told that. I am the aspirant of UPSC. When